Welcome to Rauta and Heavy Metal Review. This time I am Jerry, as you probably all know, and this time we have the 17th studio album Humanoid for review. It's by the German band Accept, German. Now, obviously everybody on Earth knows what Accept is all about, even after Udo Kirchschneider decided to leave the band ages ago. This band never stopped working except temporarily, which obviously happened a couple of times in the past. Now it's still somewhat of a wonder there's still one original member in the band keeping up the flame and heavy metal message going on. And the rest of the guys, well, they're the newer ones. That doesn't mean they're necessarily really young. There are actually a couple of members way past 50 or even 60 years of age, which is fantastic given how much energy these guys are still able to put up on an album, and I guess live too. Never have seen Accept live, so don't take that comment as some kind of a fact coming from me, or opinion for that matter. But the extra couple of guys are of course newer generation, so there is actually a generational gap between the members of the band. This also kind of proves to the point, or makes the point, that doesn't matter with age you are, if you're young or old, whatever, if the chemistry is right there, if there is talent and will and passion and all, you can keep the flame going on and play as a band even though there might be 20, 30 years of age difference within one and the same band. But since everybody knows Accept and you know what to expect from the music, fans are already really up to the game. They already know the album because it's been out for, I think, a couple of months. Came a little bit late to the review. So what really to tell about the band and the album for those who don't know the band? I mean, because the fans already know and they have made up their mind. They already figure how this is ranking in the sense of the whole discography and all. But coming from someone who has never been an Accept fan, that is yours truly, what should I tell you about Humanoid versus the whole career, the whole vast discography and all? Quick look though here on Metal Archive's site if you haven't paid attention yet. These numbers, these personal user review scores vary a lot, way more than a lot of other bands. Of course there are other bands which you will see these up and downs, but this is kind of curious. You have some albums which are barely past 50%, and then you have albums which are around 90 or so. So there is a big, change in the sense of quality and all. And Humanoid has been here rated as 70% just by 2 people. Obviously it's a little bit different when you compare this to Rate Your Music, where even the best albums are under 4 and the worst are probably under 3 or so. But I mean, the difference is way less with more votes, so things kind of balance out. And when you're talking about the lineup, like you can see it here, 2 members from 2015 and onwards, 1 from 2019, and of course Mark Tornillo, the vocalist since 2009, who has been proving his experience, style, and all those qualities throughout the years that he is very, very fitting for Accept. So 15 years and more, and Accept is still going strong with him. Now, this new album comes with 11 tracks, 48 minutes. So, kind of a classic, nothing out of ordinary, not too short, not too long, and also kind of pointing out that songs are more often around 4 minutes, give or take. There is only one song past 5 minutes marker, and there are no songs which are less than 3 minutes. So, it's kind of a safe and sound in so many ways, and this can be said about production, riffs, songwriting in general. The overall thing here is shining the experience, the veteranship, and all that through all the way through the album. There are no weak moments. Let's be honest about it. Whenever you play whatever song, you can pretty much be kind of guaranteed that there's at least somewhat of a strong riff. They're maybe not mind-blowingly good. I mean, there are few moments where you feel like, wow, because it's mostly just the basic good heavy metal. It's solid and all that stuff. So it's like milk carton box or bottle, whatever. You kind of get what you're asking for and nothing out of that. Nothing beyond that. Lager beer. kind of thing, a thirst quencher. This album is exactly that. So it's not your next IPA or sour beer or anything weird. Then again, not really a disappointment. Unless you hate heavy metal, in which case you're probably wasting your time watching this review and probably are not doing that. My point here is that this is as safe as a heavy metal album coming from Germany can be. There are no weird moments, no experimental moments, nothing out of ordinary, nothing to kind of like distract you from the message of heavy metal. The songs are nicely done and there are no moments where you feel like this is cringe or this is annoying, this is boring or all that stuff. But unfortunately, this ain't no golden era of heavy metal either. Besides the production, which I think is very, very fantastic. It's super good without being sounding like too sterile or anything like that. But if you compare this to the 80s, which I think a lot of people will think about when thinking the golden era of heavy metal. I mean, be it from Germany or new wave British heavy metal or whatever, a lot of those golden albums came from that decade. And coming from 2024 and getting compared to that, it might seem a little bit unfair. But then again, music is music. And when you're looking for the next great thing, obviously you look at the whole big spectrum. Now, if I was to compare this to some older bands which are not that good these days, Iron Maiden for this instance, I would say Accept is stronger here. Is it all that better than Iron Maiden? I don't think so, but that's just my opinion. Comparing this to the Judas Priest, then again, makes Accept, pale in comparison. So once again, it depends to your personal preferences. It depends on which album you're gonna compare it to. But as an Accept album, I think it's pretty safe and sound. Surely a safe bet for fans, but will it be one of the most memorable ones of all time? Disappointment or the greatest ones? I don't think so. It will fall into the middle and do it works just fine. Can't really bitch about anything except there could be more those hit songs. The metal hearts, balls to the walls or whatever. But like I said, if you already know what you're talking about, you know what I'm going to talk about, you know what Accept is all about. I can pretty much tell you nothing new here. You already know the drill. But since this is the new album with a nice glossy digipack, go for the physical product if you're still in that school of things, or go for the streaming services. More importantly, enjoy the music, and I hope you like this album as well. Now, what are your thoughts about this Accept album, Humanoid? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, and see you soon with more reviews coming your way.